Dr. Emesi. Dr. Emesi.
YouTube, how you been? Welcome back to another Easy Universe video. As you guys can tell from the title, today we're going to be checking out the new update, which is the
Vitals unstable,
Dr.
ego
Emsei saga
inflated,
part 1.
timeline
So,
contamination
my bad for not
detected. See,
uploading this
try
earlier
to
on.
step into my
Yeah,
I got the cure for
live.
the
But anyway,
cold.
let's check out the
Prescription is
Discord.
precious.
So, if you guys can
Travel
see
disclosure.
here in
I
the
dissect
Discord, we have
every
the
measure.
update log.
Glasses on
So,
glare.
the
Wake up
Dr.
to no
Emsei
weather. You
saga
gain
part
3
1,
pounds
however
to
you
lose
see
it forever.
people
Science
butchering
on
it.
my back. Call it
Now,
surgical
one thing that's
seal.
interesting
I
is
do
that
not
we have
threaten. A
God key now.
document was
So
a
gods and
real
good
heartbeat.
entities
Dropping when I
now
enter the
passively
field.
reaching
Dr.
God key,
Emesi,
and
your
it's
fate has been
APL. It's
sealed. You
APL
look
version of
through the
key.
stars, thought the
So
time now
obviously
would
the
save
ratings
you. I
got
keep your
reset.
whole chart. Nothing
And
here I
now
can't break through.
what we came
Travel
here
to
for
pride with the
is the
pressure
God
in the
key. So if you
center.
look
I'm
at the
the final
content, there's the new
appointment that you
raid,
failed to
new stage
remember. Your
raid, which is the
power
Dr.
looks
MC
tired.
raid.
Just symptoms of
Drops
time.
Super Saiyan
Life
Ascension, has 20
transformation, not in a
stages,
problem solving
and it starts
aspect.
for free
Your
card
space,
and
then I
sell
cancel your
guaranteed
rhythm.
to drop
One
loot
clean
capsules. So
diagnosis
loot
defeating
capsules are
your
back, we
system.
can farm it.
No swing wild.
And
Your
with
late
God Key,
damage
we can
turning
use
your
God Key
whole
to get Super
squad
Saiyan God.
pointless. I
You can
can
see
run
Super
it
Saiyan
down
Blue.
glasses.
Been
Free
testing
extra
with Super Saiyan
room
God
gets
Super
colder
Saiyan.
white
And
coat
then
on.
there's
The
also some
shadow
other
stays
Super
alone when
Saiyan
you
God
call
stuff,
yourself
like
legend.
Super Saiyan
Call you
Blue
test
Evolve,
made.
Super
I
Saiyan
ran
Rose,
from your
and there's
era.
God
Just
Key
tell me you're
sparring. So God Key
creative.
sparring
See
is
up on your
basically
name, but the great
1v1
game.
sparring with
Lesser classes in session.
another
Address
friend,
me as doctor.
right?
Push play.
So we got a new
Philo.
code over there,
Key spike.
which we're gonna use
Too
later
slow.
on. So we'll
Timeline
just
bend.
copy it
Bones
so
froze.
we can use
Chart
it.
says
But yeah, so God
case
sparring is
closed. I
basically
got the
you
cure for
1v1
the
sparring
chaos.
with
Prescription is
someone
precious.
else
See,
that has God
travelers pull
key.
up. I
And obviously,
dissect
if
every
someone joins
measure.
the 1v1
Glasses
sparring,
on glare.
then
White
yeah, you
coat with
basically
no weather.
lose
You came
that
through.
God
Time
key.
is to
So
lose it
yeah,
forever.
but anyway,
Science on
let's
my
try
back.
to
Call
go
it
in game
surgical
now and actually
seal. I do not
see if we can
threaten. A
find all this
document was
stuff
a
and check it out
real
ourselves in
heartbeat.
game.
Dropping when I enter the
Yeah, let me just
field.
quickly
Dr.
load
Emesi, your
into the
fate has
game.
been sealed. Why are you looking at me like that? Like I'm the monster in the room. You Z travelers tear holes through worlds, rewrite lives, disturb graves, awaken gods, and then act surprised when someone finally says enough. I am not cruel. I am necessary. Dr. Emesi, necessary evil, no necessary good. I already won. Why you staring so nervous?
Alright,
You
alright,
came for
alright,
the
alright,
fight,
alright,
now you
alright.
question
So
my
getting into
purpose.
the edit character screen.
And still
Obviously,
killing if
first
the
things first,
outcome
we
is
gotta
urgent.
use the
Call it
code.
murder.
Gotta use the code so we can get more
Call it a
screens, so we can
service.
see some, especially some
Mercy
trade.
looks different when worlds start
We
bleeding.
really need those.
One life, wait against all who need me.
Yeah,
Beat me.
code quick.
You see a sight, then assume I'm the demon.
Ooh.
I see a cure
Yeah, so
that
this is how many
just
spins we got.
started
We're close to
breathing.
getting
You're
500
on the
trade
floor with that
spins.
look in your
You
eyes,
know,
like
the minute we
Dr.
get
Please, are
500
you
trade
taking
spins,
my
we're gonna
life?
make
I take
another
my hand
video of
like I'm
us trying
checking
to
your
get body
vitals. Not that
trades.
I hate, out of
And obviously to get
survival. You
body
see
trades, we
travelers
just
call
need
yourselves heroes,
500
but
trade
every place
spins.
you touch
So
ends up near zero.
yeah,
Planets in
it's gonna
panic,
take us a while,
timelines in
but
fever. I make one cut
the
and
main
the
game
universe breathes easier. Do I enjoy
and
this?
obviously try to
Do I
find
regret
the new
this?
boss
Also
and the new
no. A surgeon
NPC,
does
see
not
where
ask the
everything is at.
sickness for
Because so
permission.
far,
When
for
the body
now,
is
the
dying,
trailer
it
doesn't
demands a
fit.
decision. I gave you
So we have
warnings, I
to
gave you chances.
punish
Answer
ourselves.
willpower, pride, and damage. Now you want mercy because you lost the advantage. That is not justice. That is bad management. I already won. Why you staring so nervous? You came for a fight, now you question my purpose. Hands still clean if the outcome is urgent.
Oh yeah, I
Call it
forgot I was a
murder.
dynamic before
Call
actually
it a
coming here. So
service. Mercy
yeah,
looks different when
sadly
worlds start
when I have
bleeding.
to make my way down to
Life,
earth
wait
the
against
minute
all who need me.
fully loaded and then can actually use
You see
things
a
in my
sight, then
map.
assume I'm the demon.
Right, there we go, fully
I
loaded
see
in.
a cure that just
Also,
started
don't judge me for using
breathing.
dynamic
I know
shield.
what
This is
you're
gonna be
thinking.
like
She
the
won't
first
really
and
do
last
it.
time
That
you
hope
guys
in
see
your
me
chest, I
using
can hear right through it.
dynamic
You
shield.
think good, people
I don't know
hesitate
what I
for
had
lack
it in
of
my
a
log
good.
bar. I
People
think I
act
used
when
it
storm needs
something
evidence.
on
Same with no
test
spine
something
is
on back,
pathetic. Keep
but
spreading. I would rather
only
be
time
king
you
than
ever see me
watching
using
innocence
dynamic shield
begging.
to travel
I'm
around.
very
You
better
say
than you
we use
for
the
less.
space
Sign
code.
death notes with a
But
hand on my
anyways, I'll
chest.
see
Not
you guys
because
coming
I'm empty,
first.
because I remember every burned city, every last ember. You see one body, I see the chain. I see the next war wearing your name. I see the children
Of
who never
editing.
get older. If
Yes,
I let
sir.
one
Now
travel,
we
one
had
walk
a
on my shoulder, so no, I'm not shaking. No,
so
I'm not mad.
I
No
am at
worries,
Earth,
teaching about the
yeah,
childhood
but
I had. Just one final note
I
on
did
the
try
time
to
never
look around
paired.
before I
Patient
actually
was
started
dangerous,
recording,
treatment
and
was fair.
I was having no
You
luck
were
with stuff
waiting for me
and
to
the
laugh.
new NPC or
I will
anything
not.
itself. So
You were
decided
waiting for
to
me to
wait until I
confess
got more
that I
info. So
enjoyed
while of waiting to
I
know more
didn't know.
info. You guys
You
can
were
enjoy
waiting for the
the
monster
hanging
to
out with the
reveal
game owner
herself.
itself, my shader
But
right
that is
there
the part you
in
still
game,
do not
and
understand.
a bunch of other people. So yeah, you guys
I
can
am
just
the person who
you
stops
witness that, enjoy
monsters.
be
even
hanging
when
out
they
and
are
all those.
still
And
breathing.
yeah, we'll cut back to when we
Already
eventually have
won, all your
information
feelings
with the
unnervous.
bosses and the raid
You
boss and the
came for a
NPC
fight,
itself.
now you question my purpose. Hands still clean if the outcome is urgent. Call it murder, call it a service. Mercy looks different when worlds start bleeding. One life, wait against all who need me. You see a sight, then assume I'm the demon. I see a cure that just started breathing. Do not look at me like I am evil. Evil would have enjoyed this. I am simply going to finish it. I know that heartbeat. I know that reckless power. I know the damage that follows when people like you are allowed to leave. Last time, I made an error. This time, I correct it. I seen you before, watched you crawl from the wreckage. Thought I closed the case, but I missed my objective. Now you back again with that same old defiance. This ain't revenge, this is medical science. Nah, this time, no mistake in the motion. No soft hand, no misplaced devotion. Worlds bled out from the mercy I gave, so I brought the cure and a name for the grave. I let you breathe once, that failure was mine. Doctor's back and I'm cutting the line. Yeah, I remember your face through the smoke and the sirens. That look in your eyes like you thrive inside violence. You called it survival, I called it infection. But I let you walk out in the name of correction. I said, maybe they'll learn, I said maybe they'll change. Then another sky cracked and another world flamed. Every life that was lost left a mark on my file. Every scream in the dark had your name in the trial. So do not speak to me of second chances. I have seen what grows from delayed reactions. A doctor who waits while the sickness advances is guilty by silence, by fear, by absence. I wash my hands but the blood stayed under. Not from the blade, from the choice to wonder. Should I end it? Should I spare them? Now I know mercy can be careless. You came back breathing like fate was protecting you. Like the universe bends because it keeps selecting you. But fate is poor judgment,
Boom.
hope is poor
Alright,
timing.
so
And I have
trailer
stopped praying
finally
when
got
the alarm
updated.
starts
The
chiming.
new NPC was added into it, so now at least we have some new info to go with, and we can actually find where the NPC is located and what it actually does. So let's just go to it real quick. There it is. Alright, so the NPC doesn't show much in the trailer. We just have the location right there and the skills, which is Poison Blast. But anyway, now that we have the location, let's go check it out in game. And there she is. So we flew over to the location. Obviously, I saved you guys the trouble of having to watch me obviously fly over here and all the admin. So let's just speak to her and see what she has. So this NPC will tell you your power level. As you can see here, it tells me my power level is 1.2 trillion. And another thing, it tells you your god key, so how much god key you have. So there is more to this dialogue, but obviously with the aspect ratio I was using now to play the game, since obviously my PC is terrible, I could not see all of it. And at the bottom there was options. So the two options is it was power level. So if you click on power, oh well, actually before it goes to power level, it says god key. So it said god key. So if you click on that, it tells you your god key. But I think now they changed it to power level. This is future me speaking. And then next to that, there's Poison Blast. So as you can see now, I just bought it for 150 Zeni. Now, at the time of the recording this video, Poison Blast was released at like a very low price that is not supposed to be in. So it's not gonna be the same for you guys. So I was just lucky to obviously have it day one of the updates before Sherry realized. But then again, the skill is now currently disabled, so we can't use it. But yeah, they have Poison Blast for 150 Zeni. This is the most broken skill. It's very, very, very OP. It can literally one tap bosses, like it max HP. This skill is OP. So yeah, you see, as I just used it on Kangaroo Righteous. I just poisoned him. He did the same to me, and obviously he's much stronger than me, so I died. But yeah, that's Poison Blast. And then so Poison Blast is the middle option. So on the left we have the god key, which I don't know, I think is now changed to power level, but I wouldn't know. So yeah, we have god key on the left. In the middle we have Poison Blast, and then on the right side we just have the leave option. So that's the only two options we have. So this NPC will tell you your god key really. So god key, what is god key? So basically god key is how it's your path. So it's what decides your path. So if you have positive God key, then that's the God path. So with the God path, obviously that's your four Saiyans, that's your Super Saiyan God, your Super Saiyan Blue, and then obviously if you are actually ranked as a God according to the law in game, then you can use Super Saiyan Rose. Now the negative God key, that's your primal path. So as your primal path in Saiyan wise, that is your Super Saiyan 4, all that stuff. The Super Saiyan 4 path. So we can have Super Saiyan 4 Daima and we have Super Saiyan 4 GT. So both of those will be in game. I think from what I heard, Super Saiyan 4 Daima is weaker than Super Saiyan 4 GT, but I could be mistaken. But yeah, so that's what the NPC does. And now this NPC itself is also the raid boss. So whenever the raid boss starts, this NPC will disappear. So you see now, obviously we were saying that we can hit everything because the message had popped up at the bottom of the screen. You guys obviously wouldn't be able to see it now because of how the thing is structured. That was on me. I will fix it later. That was a mistake. But yeah, so we thought it was broken, but no, it's not broken. It was just the message that pops up, the saying that the raid is gonna start. So we just have to wait 10 minutes for it to actually start. So we are gonna cut back to when the raid starts. But yeah, just letting you guys know that once the raid is here, this NPC you won't be able to talk to, or you won't be able to find out what your god key is or anything like that. So this NPC itself is the raid boss. So as you guys can see now, the raid has started. Here's the NPC, she's the raid boss. So this was earlier on before it got changed. So earlier on there used to be two of them, right? So the raid boss NPC would spawn while the normal NPC that you can talk to is there. But obviously when you try to talk to it, it's not gonna work. And then later on it got changed where she disappears when the raid boss happens, and then it got changed again where the actual NPC just becomes the raid boss. So yeah, so as you can see now, this raid boss goes stronger the more you fight it. So it has multiple stages. As you can see now, there's adaptation, right? So by that adaptation you can see how much strength and how much durability she's getting. So she gets that from the people that she's fighting, absorbing the people that she's fighting. So every death counts as her actually. So what she basically does is that she gets her DNA. When she uses that DNA of yours, she creates clones, and obviously you see how it says kills. That's how many times she's killed you. So you don't. So as long as you are strong enough to handle it, you don't fully die when you don't get grip or anything. So you can still regenerate everything. It will just count as a kill on her side, and obviously she gets stronger with each kill from you. So her adaptation just goes higher and higher. Obviously, she gets your DNA while doing so. And another thing is that she poisons. So obviously, when she poisons you, you take tick damage over time, which decreases your HP. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. So every stage, after you kill every stage, you grip it, you get a drop. So as for whether Super Saiyan Ascension drops from every stage, we have yet to figure that out. We did fight the boss a few times just to test it, but we assume that it drops at the last stage. But take what I said with a grain of salt. We could be very, very much incorrect. We are just speculating right now that it could drop at the last stage, but we do know for a fact that Super Saiyan Ascension just drops from this boss, and we don't know what the actual requirements are for it. Now, another thing with this boss is that it makes copies of you. So if you guys will see there will be a copy of me that's being made. So it also makes copies of you, and it uses those copies to fight other people, and they attack other people, they kill other people, if there's other people trying to fight the boss as well. So it attacks them using your copy. So your copies will have a fraction of your strength too. So as you guys can see, there's a copy of me over there. I was currently down and I got bugged because someone else killed me. It was not the boss itself. If it was the boss, I would have obviously got encrypted instantaneously, but no, it was another player. After I got poisoned and my HP was low, and then I just got one set. Right? So yeah, we will check it out again to respawn, but for now, you guys can enjoy the raid boss. Another thing I'd like to add is that this raid boss actually has some very cool and sick music made by the game owner itself. So this is a YouTube channel, please check it out. This is where the music comes from. She made it herself, it's very, very cool. So yeah, anyway, this is another clip now of me actually fighting the raid boss by myself solo. So I didn't actually beat the raid boss here, I was just testing out how it works. So I killed stage 1 just to see how it works, to see how much damage it does. So here I was actually scared, thinking I was gonna die. So this is where I figured out that no, the NPC itself doesn't actually grip you unless if you're strong enough. So later on I did it off camera, but later on I did fight it again, and I got to a stage to where I physically was not strong enough. So I could still do damage and everything. The boss still did damage to me as usual, but when I finally got poisoned and lost all my HP, instead of me not dying and just regenerating back, I actually did die, got gripped. So for as long as you are strong enough, you will not die. As long as you are strong enough, you won't die. So, and that was at like stage what for me? I think that was stage 16. Yeah, that was at stage 16, and she just completely murked me, and I was like, okay, cool. There's nothing else I can do. And another thing about this boss is that the credit. So obviously now you guys can't see her HP bar and everything because this was still taken earlier on. The clips were taken earlier on before things got updated and properly patched. So this was before her HP bar was visible. But once her HP bar is visible, you can see your effort. So your effort also goes down when it comes to this boss. Now, I'm not fully figured out if does your effort go down whenever the clones that she made of you get killed. Oh no. When she absorbs your DNA, when she adapts, your effort goes down. Because she also heals. While when she adapts to your DNA, she also heals. So every time she heals, your effort goes down, and obviously she gets more HP, so she heals. So and that's how it works. So just be aware that if you're fighting this with other people, take a look at your effort. If you get killed and she adapts to you and your DNA, you will lose, not all of it though, you will lose like a fraction. So I would say try to get to at least 30% of your effort minimum before letting the other player attack when it comes to this boss, since your effort will go down as you're fighting. So 30% should be like a good baseline to make sure it doesn't go down that low. But yeah, so when you're done with the stage, she doesn't automatically move on to the next stage unlike other bosses. So as you can see here, she's been dead for a while, but I kept on beating up her dead body until I realized that, oh wait, you actually have to grip her. So yeah, to move on to the next stage, you actually have to grip her. But yeah, anyway, this is pretty much it for the updates. We'll get into God Key in another video and how to get Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Ascension when you finally have it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.